In this video, we're going to talk about one of the newer additions to the Maestro system, which is our donor management section. So we know that most organizations are doing a lot of fundraising throughout the year, whether it's sponsorships for events, a capital campaign, or just your general bottom line that needs to get padded and supported by the community. And we wanted to make sure that you've got a way to track all of those donations that are coming into your organization. So we've got this donor management icon, but before we dive into that, we need to start actually in our tools icon. So you'll see that we've got three different things here that apply to our donor management section. The first is appeals. Now this is exactly what it sounds like. How are we coming into these donations? Any way that your organization is creating appeals, you can add in here. Maybe you want to have different teams and combine for, prizes or compete for prizes. Maybe it's just your general email asking, maybe a mailer, maybe you've got websites. However you're asking for money or want to create that, you've got the ability to create those here in the appeals. Campaigns are what probably every organization is going to have the most of. So every time you're doing a campaign, whether it's for your summer fundraising season or for your festivals, whether that's your membership campaign, whether this is a capital campaign, really you've got the ability to create as many campaigns as you want. And we would encourage you to create those for each individual event so that you can track towards your goal and make sure that you're coordinating and reporting on where the money is coming into the organization from and making sure that you've got a way to track progress towards your goals. Again, funds are the last piece of this. So this would be mostly general campaign funds, or maybe you've got a capital campaign. Many organizations have asked, and then looking at options, we wanted to make sure you had the ability, if you do have different funds that money will be flowing into, that you've got a place to put that. Now, again, before we dive into the donor specific icon here, it's worth noting that these are just for each organization to have the ability to track and report all of the different things that are coming into the organization. We are not intending to replace your actual budgeting and QuickBooks type software. We're not an accounting or a bookkeeping software, and we want to make sure that you do have those in place and that this can be a place to help you reconcile. This also allows more people in the organization to get involved in tracking those progress reports and things rather than having access to your profit and loss statements or your bookkeeping software. So now that we've got appeals, campaigns, and funds set up, let's dive into our donations. You'll see that we've got the ability to look at any one of the donations, but for our purposes, we're going to go ahead and create a new donation. So this is going to be from a business, and we'll just scroll down here and find maybe the Brick Inn is going to support us. We've got the ability, if this donor wants to remain anonymous, again, people with that upper level will see who's actually making the donation, but everybody else who has the ability to report and all of that doesn't see who the actual individual donor is. This is going to be a recurring donation. And you'll see when we mark recurring, we get a new box over here. Now we're going to leave that alone for the time being and finish filling out our donation info. So this came to us for our building rehab fund. And each month they're going to donate $100. So you'll see that the fund is locked because the only fund that the capital campaign flows into is the capital campaign fund. We got this through a personal ask, and we don't have an invoice number, but if we did, we could put one in there. Now, I mentioned that this was going to be a monthly donation. and they said that they would donate through the campaign, and so we expect that campaign is going to be about 18 months. They're going to donate a total of $1,800. They're going to start in June of 2017, and when we click save, all of the entries are here, and so we know that they're going to be giving $100 a month for 18 months. Now, each time one of these is received, we can mark that as yes, they paid. They paid on June 1st, so we're going to record that, and you'll see that's marked as a yes. Jump to the next one, and that would have been in July, and so on and so forth. Now you notice we still have the ability to edit these, and that's if we happen to put in a wrong date or something like that that needs to get updated. We can go back and edit that. If we need to add a new donation, we can certainly do so here, or we can edit all the details of this donation by clicking that button. So once everything's in the system, it now becomes something that we need to get back out. We want to report on. And so we would jump down to our advanced search, and we've got a new box marked donations. And so we want to report on any of these things. So maybe we want to know what's been received in the last month. So we've got whether this was received total or not. Maybe we want to know everything, as I said, that was received before or maybe after December 1st of, let's jump ahead here to our current year. And this would give us everything that has come in since the 1st of December. Maybe we want to check everything that's related to a contact or a business or a specific campaign. For our purposes, let's look at something tied to a campaign, and we're going to check our building rehab campaign. So this is our capital campaign, very important for the organization and has a lot of funds that are coming in for it. So we run our search, and we'll see that we've got all of these donations that will be coming in. Now, when we do this, you'll notice we've got a lot that don't have a date. The difference as we look at these is these dates over here are what has been received, and anything without a date is pledged. So as we export this, we can kind of track what's come in versus what's pledged. So we know where the campaign total is and what we actually have cash in hand. But all of those different search criteria can be used again like any other search. So we can filter things. We can see, what has a frequency of monthly. And maybe we want to run this because we know that we need to send these this month. So we can run all of our monthly donations and what's pledged so that we know who to send information to this month to collect. Again, it's very easy to track and report on all of these and gives you the tools that you need to have everything for all of your donations at your fingertips. Now, again, we can have a single donation, a recurring donation, or even in kind. So if somebody's donating goods or services, we can track those as well and report on those. If at any point you have any questions about the donor management section, or you need any assistance with Maestro, please don't hesitate to contact our staff. We are always here and happy to help you in any way that we can.